Hello everyone, good morning, and I hope we're all celebrating our Xmas beautifully. So today we're just gonna take some parts. I think last time we did some introductions on the principles of fashion design, but today we are going to deal more into the parts of and their function, the parts of machine and their function. And as you can see in the house, we have the manual, the electrical machines that we have here, and then I'm going to take us on each of those parts and their functions, and so just stay with us. But then we're starting with a note so that you understand our next step. All right, so let's. I hope you can see my handwriting, right? So introduction to sewing. So sewing itself, we say is let's say sewing machine. Um, this place, buttons. Okay, so just like we've seen on the screen, tray machine plays a very, very important role. Yes, as you see it now, let's say imagine you having a device that is not working. How is it going to like? How do you feel? But at this time, definitely you see the manual machines are going to be like this without moving by themselves, except it is it is commanded to. Yes, that's when it functions. So now you now as the user of this machine is the commander. Now as we say, it plays a very very what it's the sewing machine plays an important role in the garments manufacturing industry. Let's say for instance you want to manufacture a garment, a dress, like for instance what I'm putting on now. We already know this is made of the electrical machine that we're seeing here, not the manual. And of course we can as well use this manual to get this same dress made the way we want it. Yes. So it's also important that we know that each of them have their different functions. Just like this one can be turned around to get can be turned around to maybe can be used to getting different styles sewn. Its functions itself functions as if it has let me use a similar it's a let me step down the word I want to use. Let's say for instance you want to make a use of you've seen an embroidery machine before and it's used for designs. Of course, even as you see this electrical machine, this email machine itself that you're seeing here can be used for embroidery and sealing of your clothes for neatness. Okay, so I want it to be practical. So as you see the aim of this dress, you can see that it was knitted. If you look at it, you see that it was sealed, it's knitted. So this machine can be used for that function to seal it inside and then make your clothes look neat and very um, um, attractive. Yes. So now we're going to return back to we're talking about machines. We have a lot of machines, a lot of sewing machines. Just like I mentioned, we have the manual, we have the electrical. So you can see this statement. This shows that, just as I've explained earlier, that the sewing machine has different functions, and of course, when you want to use a sewing machine, maybe for a ready-made garment and or for a dress, a blouse, a top, definitely there are different kinds of machines used for it. And then you don't expect a machine, this manual used for Ankara, lace, net, and the rest of them, chiffon, name the fabrics. Whatever fabric you want to sew, you can sew. For instance, you see this electric machine itself as it is seen. You can't actually say you want to make use of it to so definitely they make use of it for lacquer materials, especially the drawing type. But then there are ways you're setting it to ensure that it gives you the outfit, as in the neatness of the dress you're sewing. So you don't end up sewing and the customer client. Okay, so now, as I mentioned earlier, we're dealing with this different parts of the sewing machine. Now, one we have the spool pin. Now, if you ask me what is the spool pin used for or what is its function, I'll tell you. Now, this main function, this itself functions as sewing machine itself as plays a lot of sewing machines now used in maybe the ready-made aspect. I've mentioned some of them earlier. I said we have the manual, we have the electrical, mentioned them, and then different brands. Like the one we are having for the manual here is Butterfly Made. So that's the name of the company itself. You can see this. This is E and M. This E&M, the mail itself, as you see, has a different function too. Not that you can, not that it's limited to the main functions that it has there. Let me show you from a sample of what we saw in this. For this electrical machine, if you look at it, at this, you can see. So definitely this shows that you can actually use it to sew anything. Can see the styles like the zigzag style. So it is based on the settings on it, that you can be able, all has settings that you can use to get whatever you want. And of course, sewing a straight gown, you can make use of this setting that gives us the straight lines that we are seeing. But you want to make the designs on it depending on how many threads you want to use and the colors you have there, you want to bring out the beauty, just like embroidery machine functions. So you can see, you can just mix them up to get what you want. So you see, the electrical machine itself has so many functions itself that if you do not know, you won't be able to arrive at it. Yes. So you see all these functions are very useful. All this all these parts you're seeing, they are all very useful to helping you get the exact design, shape of maybe the design you want, and then the style you really want to bring out, and maybe um, some kind of you know creative stuff that you want to add to it as per you need it to look nice and all. So now, Now let's come back to our explanation. Now, as you can see, this article show us that parts of sewing machines and the functions are all different. Yes, this shows that they are all different from each other. They differ and their functions are very, very different from each other. Now we look at the different parts of the sewing machine itself. I told us earlier that we have the spool to pin, rather, the spool pin. Now the spool pin, as you see, the main function itself is to bore holes. It's for making of holes now on the ends of the and the spoil of the thread. Now let's take for instance. I know some of us are not are actually new to that. So let's take. We're gonna do some experiments so that you understand what we're talking about. We're gonna bring out a machine needle. These are machine needles, and they have different size. The
Please,
needles
can we
themselves
see?
are of different sizes. And see it, they are all of different sizes, as you can see them parceled like that. Now they also have different browns. They have the orange, violin, and the rest of them. Yes, violin needles and all. So and the sizes we have 16, we have 18, we have 20, we have 22, we have 23. So now these sizes we're seeing for this electrical machine, size 20 to 23 can go. Now for the manual machine, can make use of 16, can make use of 18, but it is majorly 18 that is used, especially based on the texture of clothes you want to make. Not that you can't use 20 for this manual, you can as well make use of it, but then it has to be for a specific garment or dress. Let's say for instance, there are some dresses that let's say for instance you see people that does fashion handbags. Yes, definitely a lot of them that uses manual machine to make use of those, to make those bags, make use of 18. Yes, I also do that too. And then what I do is to make use of size 18 and set it to what I want. Yes, the settings are already there. And if you look at the machine that you're seeing, let's show them. Bring down. You can see here, you see that the manual machine has its own settings too. From here, we have 6, we have 8, we have 12, we have 20. Now, in this we are seeing here, if I'm sewing an Ankara and I don't want the Ankara to be too tight in case you might notice that it is sewn roughly and you want to lose it, definitely you need to make use of, you have to bring it down to 8 so that you can be able to use it. And just like you can see this, the aim of the stitch is on this thread. This is size what? Size 8. This is 8 that is used to sew. And at this point, if there is anything you feel you want to lose the cloth to make adjustment to it, you can lose that then without them noticing the trace of the thread on it. But then for instance, you are making use of 6. Look at this, you can see how tiny it is looking. And then tell me, when you want to lose this, how do you lose it? That this clothes might not get torn. Now this is also applicable to nets. If you're sewing a net and the net, net itself it's kind of very light, and then you're sewing a net blouse for somebody, they're using a net to make the blouse for somebody, and then you or cord lace. Cord is actually good for you to make use of size 8 too. in your manual machine, you set it to be 8 for you to be able to sew it, so that in case of anything you can maybe lose and restitch that place without stress. But then you now decide to make use of 6, of course she'll be expecting this, and if there is an error, definitely you losing it will not be necessary, because at the point of losing it you get it torn, and then you might likely have to go and get
That material.
the material of the person. Say for instance, if I am the one who, if I buy cord lace of maybe 25K or 50 now, and I say, madam, so for me, and you come sew, you sew rubbish, I go drop the cloth for you, tell you say my cloth you go replace am for me, nothing more. I will not fight you, but you see that cloth, you must replace it for me. So now you replacing it is another cost to you alone. So it's always very important that we know the the settings for each of the textures of the fabrics we make use of. So it's usually advisable, I advise that we maintain size 8, number 8 rather, number 8 for our sewing. Now for the electrical, it also have its own different settings, and then of course let's just base with the manual for today, and then in our next class tomorrow we'll be able to take on the electrical part itself. So we have a diagram of this that we'll be showing you now. Yeah, so now let's come down to, so I was talking about the skill of the trade. So it's always important that, imagine I have this pin, in the mouth of the pin we already have a hole. If you look at it very well, a part of it is tiny and the other part is bigger. Let me bring out one. It has actually not been open. Okay. Now this is one piece of the needle, you can see. If you notice carefully, you see that this part is tinier and it has a little hole on it, and then the other part is bigger. Now this machine needle is different from normal hand needle that you see. I was supposed to have some in here, I think. In the last set. So the both have different functions. This also have a hole at the top, which you can actually use, and then you're using this to um sew whenever you want to bring out on the clothes, you bring it out on here. But then you see this is different, because the thread, now when once it is fixed on the machine, its head, it's the tiny part you fix in the thread that has the hole there. And now this needle, even as you see it here, has two faces, the back and front. Yes. Now it is always advisable that when you are using your needle, you look very well when fixing it, so that you don't fix the wrong part at the wrong side. Yes. So once you fix, you take a good look at it. Sometimes I make use of my hand. So once I finish fixing, I'll just put my hand in. If I put my hand, I know that this smooth part has to be at the front side of your this thing, so that it will give your sewing a good one, and it won't be making sound. But by the time you fix the new needle, and then you're hearing a sound that is not supposed to be heard in the machine, definitely you need to first of all check the needle, check how it is fixed. So definitely, you see behind it, there's an opening inside that slit it. So with the slit, you should know that this is for the back, and then the smoother part is the front part of it. So it's usually very very important for you to know when fixing it. You fix it with very with consciousness. Yes, you have to be conscious when fixing it, so that you don't fix it wrongly. Another thing is you don't fix your needle till the needle gets to the head here, like it covers to this part, and then you expect the needle to sew. Definitely it will never sew. Machine is not magic. So the way you position it, that's how it will function. So it is always important that when you are fixing your needle, make sure that it ends at a spot, and then you give space so that it will reach down. Whenever you roll, it will go down. Yes. So now that is that for that. With that, this ball helps you to bore a hole in your clothes. That's what helps you when you're sewing. You can see that the thread is stitching itself. So it is the spot here where the needle is fixed that brings out this, and you've worked with the to give you what you want, that is sewn out here. Yes. So now we go to bobbin blender spidol. Now I know somebody will say, I beg this one I big English. When I can't get that kind of during winding, when you are winding your machine, if you are winding like the down part of it, you are winding it. As you are winding the machine, that is what helps you to place your legs well. So it is useful during winding. You can see my leg. You can see that winding the machine. Yes. So it's really, really important. That is one of the things that controls it. So all of those diagrams as I am pointing, I know you might not really understand until you see the images. So I'm going to prepare with what we've had our lesson notes here. We're going to make use of it to give you all the diagrams that you need in a template. So at ease, you can always go back to it. So we have another one. Bamboo winder, bobbin winder spotter. Now serves as that serves as a how do I use? Let me say it is when it is used to reach its optimum capacity. Then now the bobbin itself is what helps you to stop while winding. You can see this is the panels, the winder itself, the wheel itself. This is what is moving. So as this is moving itself, definitely there is something controlling it, and which is this. And this is what helps you to either stop or continue. It helps you to stop or continue. And you want it to move, definitely you move with this. But now the is a zinc. Maybe you want to make zigzag shape of something, Let's say for instance, I am sewing and I don't want to sew it straight like this. I want to make it slanty, curved, based on the way it is shaped. Your clothes, your fabric is shaped. That is what helps you to do that, to control it in that part. Now we have hand wheel. Yes, this is hand wheel. You can see this. This is your hand wheel. The hand wheel that helps you to control the between the wind itself and then the machine. Everything has been interconnected. So as the wind from here, it goes and moves on and on and on and on. Yes. So now we go back to the thread tension. You can see this. Your thread is passed from here. Please can you get me a thread there? Let's you do. Thread has a thread tension. Now for you to get in the thread tension itself, just like you can see, I have placed my thread on it, and then with the thread, let's me. Now we pass our thread from here. You come down to this spot.
Yes.
Now pass it back to the hole that we are seeing here, and then bring it down to this other part, and then come down to fixing it on the needle. So it's really, really very important that every machine has this thing. For instance, you get a machine and this is not there. Please tell me, what are you going to use? How do you control the whole of this to sew and all? So just like even the electrical machine itself too also has. Hmm? So it has different parts too. Yeah. So let's move on.
Yeah.
I hope it's not video that will finish. Thread. I think I mentioned this earlier. You can see now the thread tension gel itself works with the thread take up lever. Now the thread take up lever is used during the top thread this thing passing. When you are passing your thread from the top now to this spot, from here to this spot, from here you bring down, so you bring it to the hole and bring it down. Now pass it to the needle, fix it on the needle. So it's also very, very important. Now the needle clap screw, this is it. So as you can see it, the needle clamp screw holds the needle in its actual place. So I'm going to show us to fix the needle now. Alright, so we are fixing one now. These are needle. Remember I mentioned earlier that we need to ensure that, so for you to fix your needle, if this stuff is down like this, if this is down, definitely you should know that you have to lift it up for you to be able to fix. And then that can be done with what? Your wheel. Move it with you. Once you turn your wheel, it will go up. And then you look at it. This back has to be at this other side, while this front stays here. So you fix it from here. Now this is our cap screw. You lose it because this is what is going to hold this needle very firm. Remember, this is the front. It has to be very smooth. It's the smooth part of it that makes it. And I mentioned earlier, when you are fixing the needle, you don't let the needle go too deep in. So it has to have a little space down so that by the time you want to bring it down, it will get to the material you are actually doing. So now we already just passed our thread from the tension stuff to the thread take off lever. Now we're bringing it down to the, we've just used the pin screw, the needle screw to screw this now to hold it firm. And now we are going to fix in our thread. So you check carefully, you see the hole, the little hole, and pass in your thread. Use the other hand to support to bring it off. Now after doing that, that is not the end of it. Definitely you need to wheel it so that if there's a thread under, you can be able to pick it up from in. So that is that for that. Now we move to the next one. Don't worry, we're still going to get to the other part. Self, I've just mentioned that we have fixed the needle. The needle is used to form a sketch in the garment. That is what forms the sketching of your garment. After you have drawn it out or cut your fabrics and all, the only thing that aims it together to form what you actually want is what? The needle. Now with alongside the thread that has been passed on it. So it sketched it firm, and then it forms the garment you are looking for. Now, we're going to check through now the needle plate. Needle plate. I know a lot of us does not really know what needle plate is. Now I'm going to take us I'm going to explain a bit. Needle plate is a metal placed that a metal plate that is situated under the needle itself, and then a presser foot. So this actually helps you to move the fabric forward during sewing. Helps you to move the fabric forward during sewing. So we're going to do that experiment now. Now, please pass that other pieces for me. Pass me that. Alright, so we have this. Let me check if there is thread on it. So
Sorry,
yeah,
you didn't talk about the ruler.
we're still getting there. So this is also very, very important for your machine. This is called riller. This is shuttle. Now the riller and the shuttle are two things that also helps helps it work out for you. So by the time these two is not are not inside this machine, whatever you're doing is just like shuttle itself can be used for reeling of thread. You can use it to reel thread on this reeler. You can actually use it once fixed, and even as you see it, it starts fixing. Yes, it starts setting itself. So by the time you set it, based on what the machine itself responds to, yes. So some part of it can be the front or the back side. So by the time you're making use of the back when it's supposed to be the front, definitely it will never sew well. If you look behind that cloth, you see that it will be having some tangling, folding off like that of the thread. Instead of moving, it won't move, it will be tangling together. So it is because this shuttle has not been well fixed, even inside the machine itself. So now when you look at it, you know the reeler itself also have a key to be used to lock in when you fix it on the shuttle. So now here is our own key. The opening here you can see is a key to it. So this shows that this is the front that should be fixed there, not this other way around. Yes. So you fix it to that and bring in your thread. So that you can actually you make use of this. So now using this, that will require you bringing it out from there to this spot that's been set for setting one. You can either use setting two. And the setting two, it is passed from here. You open here, put it in, and bring it out. That's another setting thread. Yes. So pass it back into it. You can see I have just fixed that in here. Yes. So now this plate to cover it. Now once the teeth of your machine, you can see the teeth of the machine down. This is called the teeth of the machine. Now if this needle is not good, definitely the teeth of the machine will affect the plate here. Before you know, this plate, this small hole you're seeing under here, where the needle is passing through, will no longer be as small as it is now. It will be increased. You will see that that place will be rough. It will be looking rough and cut. So that is to show that the machine is not entering at the right spot, and then it is also rough. Yes. So that is that for that part. Now we want to use it to test the last one we just mentioned. Now you're just fixing a thread, and then you've passed one in your reeler inside the machine. You can't just start sewing like this because it will never sew. Definitely, you need to bring out the thread that is inside the reeler, that is inside the machine. Now your wheel now works for you. Turn it, hold the thread, drag it out. As you're returning, it's coming out with the listing, the thread. So that is that. Brings out the thread now. You can see. Now we are having the two threads out, right? You can
Yes.
see we have the two threads out now. Yeah, so with this we can now sew. So you place your fabric on it. So your fabric has to be folded. Imagine this one, just like you see the Ankara is looking rough because of the way it was cut. Definitely, you don't have to down say, this one, I beg you, make I just fold you like that. The Ankara never even reach wetin I dey sew sef. Go just fold am like this. You know this is not looking neat at all. So definitely you need to make a double folding. A double folding. You hold it, you bend a bit, just to push it in, then you do this. So now with this you can now stitch this, bring down your plates. Yeah, let's fix the rope. Now as it is, it has pulled off, yes, the machine, and we can't do anything without this being fixed. So we have to fix the rope itself. So here we go, drag from this spot. Some of us that when this thing pull up, my machine is not good again. Oh, you can actually do it yourself instead of wasting money. So you make sure that you continue turning it and push until it laps the wheel itself. You can see now. So now let's do the needful. Alright, so at this time with your wheel and your this thing, it can go. This rope is not that strong enough. So we still need to make some adjustments again on it to ensure that once you notice that the rope is pulling off every minute, definitely you need to um work on it. Yes. How do you work on it? The rope can be adjusted. You can retie it and cut off some parts. Especially now, you see that we are making use of elastic here. So elastic can be expanded at any time. Sometimes it even gets weak to cut off by itself. So by the time it's cut off, you can look for another one. So now this is firm. Yeah, so go back. Ensure that when you are wheeling your machine, it doesn't go so to the back. It goes straight. You can see now. You can see the station. You can see. That is very tiny. Why? Because I did not remember to do the setting. Yes. So now I have to do the setting so that we can make use of it neatly. Bring it down now to 8. Now we're going back to resewing it again. I think so. This is the way I want it. It's rough. You can see that it's jumping. And see, we're going back now to resew. Hmm. How many minutes have we lost? You see that, you notice that means the mouth of the thread is rough, so you need to make it smooth, cut the mouth and make it smooth enough to enter the hole at once. Okay. So back now, we have to control it. Now, for stitching, we make use of this and this for stitching. This is also behind it. You can see it. This and this. You can use it to stitch. So now we're starting with this. You can make it like this to move. So let's go. So you can see the way it is now. It's showing very neat. You can see without any error. And of course, you can lose it at any time you want to lose it without stress. You can just put a pin and drag, then it is loosed. Okay, so I was talking about showing us a diagram of this. This is actually not bright enough, but I'm gonna redraw this, or maybe make a printout so that it could be more visible. It's a diagram that shows all the parts, especially the needle, the plate, the wheel, and all. So on the next one, we'll be taking us on the sizes of needle, how to fix them on the electrical machine, and how it is done. So you have seen this already on this machine we are having here. You have seen them. So all this that you are seeing here, all this are what are here. Yes. So the way this is fixed is different from this a bit. Yes. But then there is no two ways about it. Of course, it's very easy for you to get. Yes. And another thing is the rela itself is also different. You can look at the rela, you see that it's different from the manual stuff. It's absolutely different from it. So now, electrical machine has power on button and off. Here you can see the on and off button. You can see the on and off button. You can see on and off. So with this, you can on it when there's a leopard, when there's light, put it on. Once you just click once, it will go on. Eh, Then your 2 legs is going to be on this way. Then already you know this cable is connected, and then this is going to be moved. This is going to be controlled with your leg, your lap here. Your lap is going to be on it, and the more you just, as you move it like this, it shows that part how you want it to. So it just be going, it will be wheeling itself and be going. Yes. And that is also has its own this thing here that is used, just like we have in the manual. But the difference about this is that what its functions on is absolutely different from the manual, but they both do the same work. Yes. But then this one, you can see up here, you see that it needs up to like 2 to 3 threads. If you want to pass one at the top, you can fix it. Has a fixer up here where you can fix and fix another third thread to pass them down through the hose down and then to the machine. So they all have different ways they are channeled based on the pattern you want to get from it, or the design you're showing, or whatever you're doing. If you're doing a kind of design like this, definitely we need just two threads here. But then you're doing something maybe thicker than this or a bit wider, definitely you need like three threads. So that is that for this. So of course we're still gonna do practical phase of this, how to wheel it and how to make use of it, control it, to use it on a straight clothes, um, on making those zigzag lines you see there and all. So we'll call it a day here. By tomorrow we continue from where we stop. All right, so please endeavor to reach out if you have any question after watching this video. If you feel you have questions, you have some things you need to be cleared on, of course, you're free to reaching out. And then by next week, we're going to start the cutting proper with, so get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. Yeah. Bye.